Today, the industry was hit with some absolutely heartbreaking news. Joesthetics, at the age of 30 years old, passed away. And I am sitting here absolutely lost for words. Seeing the amount of impact that he's had on this industry since he started creating content just 6 years ago, and how much impact that he had over that time frame is absolutely insane. Just a couple weeks ago, I was watching him on Bradley Martin's Raw Talk podcast, just about him explaining about his passions, and then backtrack that to when he competed just a few months ago. I was watching him step on stage, trying to go for his pro card, and the amount of motivation that he had to help me get through my off season was clear as day. I've always been a massive fan of Joe. I've never known Joe personally, but I do know a lot of people who know Joe. And talking with them today and seeing how distraught they are, it just shows, man, this guy was such a positive force, a positive person with all of the craziness that was going on in his life. This man never had a frown on his face. This man was always forward thinking. He always had that Joe attitude that was just so positive. He had that, I always said growing up, when I was watching him, like when he first came onto the scene, and this is why it's like weird to me, because like I remember when he first came onto the scene for that alien chest striation vein thing. It was insane, and I remember trying to recreate that in the gym back in the day with my friends. And this man is an absolute legend. He has been somebody who, through content, through his raw and real personality, just displayed life in such a carefree, honest, raw way. It just hit me weird. It's almost like the Kobe Bryant effect, when we don't know Kobe personally, but it literally left me speechless for days. And I was kind of noticing that trend today, where it's, since I found out, it's hard to even like keep thoughts organized, because I'm just sitting here thinking one of my biggest fears ever in bodybuilding was leaving this world or earth too early, unexpectedly. Leaving my wife, my parents, my brothers, sisters, and I always said this, man, Joe was somebody who did things the right way. He has never been somebody to abuse supplements, even though his death had nothing to do with his bodybuilding approach. Like, I want to make sure people understand that when people see somebody who look as good as Joe, they instantly think the worst, right? He did X, he did this, he abused that. Dude, Joe was the one person who took the time to preach doing things safely and correctly. And if you were going to do it, prioritize getting blood work done, making sure your internals are running efficiently, prioritize your fucking health, man. And it's scary that even somebody who did all of the things right, you never know. From my understanding, Joe had a pain in his neck for the days leading up to his death. And like many of us wouldn't do, we wouldn't have gotten it checked out, right? We would just let it go. Hopefully got better in a couple days. And instead, he passed away in bed with his girlfriend. And just the thought of that, it's just heartbreaking to his family. I can only imagine what she's going through at 30 years old. Somebody who we would expect to have so much life ahead of them, was taken so early. And somebody who was truly not only inspiring, man. This man always worked his ass off. This man always never shied away from the hard work. This man always crossed his T's, dotted his I's when it came to prioritizing and doing things the right way. And I think this is an eye-opener for all of us, man. You never know what tomorrow is going to hold. You truly never know. And just this morning, I wanted to reach out to a multitude of different people who I fucking care about, love, and just simply thank them. And I think today is an opportunity for us to give thanks and be grateful for our health, be grateful for the people we have around us, and not to forget to live life like Joe, man. Joe was positive. This man was everything. He was fucking. We need more positive people. We need more positive people. We need more positive thought processes. And I remember commenting on one of his posts after he was just so upset, and I remember him actually writing back, and shooting back just some good positive thoughts. Thank you for reaching out. Because I think this man was so much potential in anything he put his mind to. And I just remember sitting there looking at that like, holy shit, he just got back to me. It's like I don't get that emotion from a lot of people, but he was somebody I did. And to his family, his loved ones, the people I know he impacted very closely, sorry for your loss. Listen, man, if anything we can take away from this is to make sure you understand that nothing is promised tomorrow. It's one foot in front of each other. Don't worry about and don't harp on anything that is holding us down from the past. Focus on the future. Focus on the present. Give thanks when needed. Make sure you tell people you fucking love them. Because again, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Joe, God has just received another angel, man.